Hi, this is Reginald Woodard, and welcome to the next tutorial in Studio One. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate how to duplicate and make our song longer. Now, let's take a look at the top of the screen. At the top of our window in our project area, in our workstation area, you'll see that we've got basically 4 measures showing. In order to show more information across the top of the screen, all we'll need to do is to left click and drag up or down to show more or less of our timeline. We want to see more because we want to stretch this out to 40 measures. So there we go. Across the top, 1, and you can see we've got a little bit more than 40 across the top. What we've also noticed is that 5 of our files are 8 measures long. It stops at 9. But one of our files stops at 5. It's basically 4 measures long. So in order to make that 8 measures long, we'll select it and highlight it and select D on our keyboard. And as you can see, now we've stretched it out to 8 measures long. Now, in order to make this one file instead of 4 measures and 4 measures, all we'll do is highlight both of those and select G for glue. And now you can see it's all one file. So now how do we stretch this out to make this 40 measures long? Very simple. Either Command or Control A to select all the files, and just like we duplicated the drum file, all we need to do is hit D for duplicate, D for duplicate, D again, and D. And there we go. We've got 40 measures long, and again we can hit Command A or Control A, depending on if you're using a PC or a Mac, to select all the files, and then G. Bam. It's all together. So now that we've stretched these files out, I'm going to show you how to mix and export your song. So the first thing that we need to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner, and as you can see, there's a mix button. Let's select that button. When we do that, we can see faders to control the volume for all of our files. Now I'm going to turn this down because the audio is going to be a little loud, but we want to take a listen to see what we have. So here we go. Alright, so it's a nice little groove there, but we can tell that the drum volume is a little bit long. So before we make changes, we're going to set a loop length. So while it's playing, it'll play continuously while we're making our adjustments. So all you'll do is drag those triangles over and then come down to the bottom and select loop active. And you can see now it's highlighted blue and our loop is active. By listening to it, we could tell that our drum volume was a little bit low. So we want to pump it up just a little bit. And here's how we do that. I'm going to press play again. And this is the fader for the drums. And there we go. Our drum volume is a little bit louder. Also, you could see me make adjustments to the volume for the other tracks as well. That's basically how to mix. So now we want to export. We're going to export this into a single audio file, and that's what you'll use to submit back to me for evaluation. So here's how we do that. We already have our loop length set. All we'll do is select Song from the menu and select Export Mixdown. In this window, there's a number of options. First, you can name your file, which you'll name your file based on the rubric that I've provided to you. Next is the format. Now in Studio One Free, you'll only have one option, and that's a WAV file, which is fine. And here you can set your resolution and sample rate, which you will not need to change that at all. The important thing is the export range. Now we have our loop markers set, and we want to mix down everything that's in between those markers. So make sure that the first option is selected. The options below, leave it for main output. So you won't need to change this at all. And the last thing that you'll do is press OK. And there you go. You have your mixdown file ready to submit. Thanks for watching the tutorials. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any point in time.